4-2 Los Angeles Rams heading overseas, dude. Taking on the 4-2 Jacksonville Jaguars. We're fired up about it, although we're going to need some coffee, maybe some Red Bull, something, at least an alarm clock Sunday morning. This game kicking off way too early, man, but a decent local time for the locals going to the game. So I guess that's a good thing, right? So either way, that exposure, man, some big stuff for the Rams heading out to Wembley Stadium. But this is Tuna and the Sheriff. I am Sheriff Joe Bags, just one half of this machine. As we head into what is this? We're in week 7 now, dude. Tuna, what's up?
Hear ye, hear ye. I demand to be called Sir Tuna of SoFi.
Okay.
Oi, governor. Here for a little bit of a chin wag. Talk about some Rams, eh?
Every single
Get in the mood.
Every single American show that talks about London games does this, and it's so funny. I wonder if everybody from London is like, okay, guys, gee, we get it.
To quote one of my favorite movies, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, is
nice.
We don't all talk like that. You talk like you're from London.
Yeah.
Or you sound like you're from London.
Oh yeah, man. But yes, heading over London is the host of this game, man. Jags sitting at 4-2, man. As I dive into their statistics and stuff too, man, they're not a bad football team. It seems like they're a little like boom or bust. Very Pikes Peak or bust rodeo going. Well, that's too local. Never mind. That's too local. That's a Colorado. That's a Colorado Springs reference. No one's gonna understand that. Never mind. But that's it's very much like they're either getting a pick six or giving up a touchdown through the air. You know what I mean? Like it's very boom or bust. So this team is kind of crazy to look at, man. Their stats are very all over the place and stuff like that. But obviously ETN playing some good ball, man. Brian Thomas hasn't really taken off yet, but I think that can happen at any moment, as well as guys like Hines Allen on the defense. Yeah, man. What's your initial vibe of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
The last 3 weeks have been really weird. They had a pretty good defensive plan against the 49ers. They beat the 49ers before we played them Thursday. They had that big game against Kansas City where it's like, Kansas City is playing pretty good football at times. And then Trevor Lawrence had the stumble six, the fall six, the Benny Hill six, since we're in London mode.
They call the ambulance, but not for me touchdown. I love it.
Insane. I still cannot comprehend like how he scored. So they win that, and then they lose. Who did they just lose to? I'm drawing a blank.
Seattle.
Lost to Seattle, but Seattle is playing really good. Like Seattle, according to DVOA charts, is a top 5 team in some categories, like one spot better than the Rams. So, this is a good litmus test yet again. It seems like every team we're facing in the AFC is hey, it's a test to see how good you really are. I don't know. I think it's going to be really, really good. Thank you for putting my name up. I noticed I was knighted. I'm committed to the bit.
Okay.
You are half-assing it. I am committing to the bit.
Dude, you're a hardcore bit committer right now, dude. And I am definitely, a half cup of coffee in. We'll get there, dude. It's 8:04 Joe time. All right. Give me
itty bitty bit committee. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, man. I'm hearing you, dude. I'm hearing you. Okay.
So should we talk Rams? Should we do this? Are you ready?
I would be okay with that.
What do you want to talk about? Where do you want to start?
Dude, okay. Because I love the defense so much, let's start with offense. All right. I'm feeling the game.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Got to keep you on your toes.
Let's bring up this gentleman here. So, Sir Joseph, there's a chance we may be without Puka Nacua, our favorite player, leading candidate for Offensive Player of the Year, despite him missing a good majority of last week. Maybe relying on this man a lot more, Devontae Adams. There's a lot of talk, including from me as well. What's going on with the connection between 9 and 17? They've been off rhythm. This is a good week where, hey, you may be without Puka. Do they get back on track? Do we see the depth from this wide receiver room Let me just hear your initial thoughts, man, on what's going to go on with this pass game over in London.
Yeah, well, as Sir Joseph of Bags, I think that overall, man, I mean, there's never a time where you want to see a guy like Puka Nacua out of the game, obviously. But in what we can kind of, the cards are dealt. All right, that's what I'm trying to say here. Is it like I'm not glad that Puka Nacua is hurt. Okay, but the fact is he is, and I think that in some weird roundabout way, this can help our offense in the long run. I think that going against a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are able to got through the air, I think that Matthew Stafford and the boys heading over there will have an opportunity to show something that we haven't seen at all this year, which is what happens to the Rams offense when 1 million footballs aren't going to Puka Nacua. Like, where else are they going? You know what I mean? So I'm rather excited, dude. It's crazy to know that like your number one guy, Puka Nacua, can go out and first world problem LA Rams over here. Like, oh man, now our number one wide receiver is Davante Adams. It feels weird to whine about, but like, I mean, I'm excited to see what that connection can look like this week, but not only with Davante Adams, but with the rest of the boys as well, dude. With Tutu coming back, I mean, he was kind of held out for precautionary reasons last week, so we do expect him back. Jordan Wellingfield or whatever you want to call him.
Whittingham,
yeah.
According to forgot who that
was. Oh, I'm just going with it now. Every time it's going to be Withing Spoon and stuff, but yeah, it's. I think that that's an interesting connection that we'll be able to get to see Mump and X also in the room. Like I'm just excited to see what a Sans Puka Rams offense is looking like in the 25 season, and this is our first opportunity to get to see it.
I'm not worried about Stafford, Dylan, because obviously we've seen Stafford able to complete passes and win games with a ham sandwich at wide receiver. He can get anyone, throw anyone open. But I think it does lean heavier on Sean McVay. I'm not one of the people who think that his red zone play calling has been bad because from the film I've watched over the last few weeks, it's been execution, and it's been execution to this guy. So now it's going to be even harder without having Puka to pull him away from the red zone. Really need him to show like, hey, man, you were brought in for this reason. Like this is exactly why this wide receiver room was crafted as it was. So that way, when there's an injury, a la Puka right now, this is why you brought Tay in. This is why you pay Tutu Atwell $10 million. Like there's been a handful of people online like defending Tutu Atwell and his $10 million. The first few weeks, people are like, oh, for handful of catches. No, this is why you pay him. Because when someone goes down and you need someone to fill right in, all right, cool. Sean McVay, how are you going to get him the ball? Are you going to use him? And this is why you develop, like you said, Whittington. This is why you develop Xavier Smith. This is why you bring in someone like Kanate, who they love him. Yarbs thinks he's super intelligent. He's a hard worker. The guy can get open. Like there's a reason why he's on the field, like catching a screen pass. They do think he's a threat. They are willing to use him. I just want to I want to see Davante Adams and 9 like on their shit when it comes to their choice routes, because I feel like that's where we've seen a majority of their misses, where it's like a really bad like pass in the dirt, or it's just out of his hand, out of his reach. Dude, I need to see them like locked the fuck in. No more of this. Oh, we didn't get enough work together. Oh, we're almost there. Like, all right, cool. We're 7 weeks in. You guys are professionals. You're in London. Figure it the fuck out.
It's definitely
really
time.
how I feel.
It's time to figure it out for sure, man. But I think it's still been on its way this entire time. Because you still see like, I was rewatching that game against the Ravens, that first incompletion to Davante, where seeing it from the end zone cam, I can see why the ball went high. Is because that safety underneath, like you could kind of feel like maybe he could undercut it if that ball kind of got darted in there like that. So I kind of understand actually why that was a high throw now. But also on that same route, Davante hits like a little quick move, like he's going to go out. And then, we've got a safety's ankle guts spilled all over the end zone. You know what I mean? So like,
he's so good. He's so good at route running.
It's gonna happen, dude, where, I don't know. And I still like, I'm hitting it pretty heavy on the topic tonight on Ram Showcase. Once that's recorded, that like, we don't even know remotely who we are right now. This is going to be our 5th AFC game in 7 weeks. You know what I mean? Like we don't know who this Rams team is, what we look like. This is just get out of these with dubs the best we can, man. We're 4-0 against the AFC, hoping to go 5-0 this week, and let's just get those dubs, man. It doesn't need to be impressive. You don't need to do anything crazy, man. But those kind of plays there, that's something that you want to be able to hit just so that you can know for yourself and for your fan base, everybody, man, that like, okay, when we need this to happen, we can hit this, and that 9-17 combination, I think, is just gonna develop over the course of the season. But it feels like it's getting closer, man. Like those passes against the Ravens felt like it was getting closer than we saw in maybe like week 2 against the Titans. You know what I mean? But also, in fairness, too, I think that the connection was pretty solid in this last week. But we did see a bit of a case of the dropsies from Tay over here. So obviously,
Yeah.
I don't expect that to be a weekly thing. It happens, man. We all have our off days. I'm not worried about it. But I think that connection was really kind of headed in the right direction last week. So I'm really interested to see where it is this week without a Puka Nacua.
Well-intentioned as they may be, I need him to fucking hit it.
Yeah.
I need him to do it. I
I
try to be as hypercritical as I can when it comes to watching Stafford play. Those misses you're talking about, and we'll move on to the next guy here. Yeah, his little fadeaway shots, they're always fun to watch and awesome. But then when they miss, it's like, hey, man, just, don't got to be so cutesy all the time. I don't really know how much that impacts a 16, 17-year professional like Matthew Stafford. But, when you're fading away and then you're selling the ball on someone like Devontae, it's like, okay, was that a technique or, was it just a miss? But, you know, I digress. Let's see who our next guy is here. You ready?
Yeah,
to
man.
switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
So, the man of land. Oh, man, this guy is absolutely crazy. Rams record 17 tackles last week. I was trying to find stats, dude. It was impossible to find the splits. I tweeted about this. I can't find how many times your leading tackler has as many points as you've scored and it goes well. I couldn't find that. But 17 points for the Rams last week, 17 tackles for Nate Landman. Absolute chaos, man. He is the bringer of chaos. I'm absolutely here for it. And 31 tackles over the last 2 weeks. This explosion out of Landman has come out of nowhere, man. I'm absolutely loving it. So Rams defense obviously in a good spot as we head into week 7. Big game this week, obviously. ETN and Trevor Lawrence, man. Doing it with a Liam Cohen offense. So it'll be an interesting week, man. But Landman, this guy's absolute chaos, dude. Brolak might need to get some more rotation, dude. I'm feeling good about all these guys. But this Rams defense, tough task this week, but not as tough as we've seen in previous. Well, these last 2 weeks, I guess we've seen backup quarterbacks and stuff. But we've had some really good tests so far. But another good one.
I've got so 2 thoughts. Landman is the perfect linebacker for this current system. I know a lot of folks talking about, give him an extension. They won't give him an extension. This will be Ernest Jones all over again because they typically won't pay inside linebackers. It's a little different here though, because Nate Landman is by no counts like the best inside linebacker athlete in the world. Like he's not even like really that fast. He's very smart. He's very sound. He's disciplined in filling the gaps he's supposed to, and that's why he's reaping the rewards right now. Because the issue last year was guys, Roseboom and Reeder, they were never where they're supposed to be. And Spates was a rookie, so it's like, he's going to be out of position. Landman fills the right lanes. He has really, really good vision watching running backs and diagnosing when it's going to be a cutback lane, when you need to flow to the outside or just hit the hole hard. Because he can trust Puna Ford and Kobe Turner, like, hey, handle your shit. Take on the double teams. Do everything you can. I'll fill in where I need to. And why he's getting so many tackles as opposed to, you know who the solo tackle leader was last year? Do you remember?
Was it Roseboom?
No, Roseboom was a total tackle leader. But Quentin Lake was the solo tackle leader.
He gets curled.
With like 76 or something. It was Quentin Lake. And that's because he was the catch-all. He was the safety valve. 7, 8, 9 yards down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now with the much more sound defensive line, much more sound linebacker group, and Nate Landman, now he's the safety valve at 3 to 4 yards. That's the way I really see it. And then, like you said, with Sean Dolak, I am really excited to see what he does against a competent passing attack, because let's be real, like it was fun to watch him, but they weren't passing the ball. Like they had like 120 passing yards. They didn't know what the hell they were going to do. Yeah, man, I love watching Nate Landman just do his thing. Like this is a fun defense. Like they can win in so many different ways.
Dude, it's awesome to see, because like you're absolutely right. Like based on like last year where we had Roseboom in that position, and I like Roseboom. I'm a Roseboom guy, but I think that we saw a lot of times where, you know, Landman and Roseboom they're seeing the same thing, shooting for the same gap, but instead Roseboom would get blocked, whereas Landman is finding a way around that and making a tackle. You know, so it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe they are seeing the play unfold in the same way, but physical abilities, Nate Landman is just a whole extra echelon. You know what I mean? Like he's just a whole extra level over Christian Roseboom. So I like, and again, that's why I liked Roseboom, is because I thought that he would find a, you know, the right window and stuff like that. He just physical abilities just weren't as there. I think that the strength of Nate Landman is really showing, and dude, 17 tackles, man. I mean, yeah, doing the rewatch too. It was like, it's like, oh, Landman on the tackle, Landman on the tackle. Landman gets in there for the, you know, like it was just the whole time. It was absolutely awesome. And 17 is crazy. That's crazy.
I can't imagine. Like, it's just it's constant wear and tear on your body. I mean, he's a tougher guy than I'll ever be. But I was watching back, and he's actually I'm late on the all 22. It's supposed to come out yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm very behind this week. It's coming out this morning. I'm finishing recording right after this. I'm focusing on Nate Landman, like all his tackles, and it's crazy because it's like he doesn't pop on film. Mm-hmm. Like he's not by any means the best athlete, but he's just always in the right spot. And then trying to figure out like how he decides when to take on blocks or when to shoot underneath guys. It's all calculated risks because he kind of trusts the guys to his left and right. I'm like, all right, you know, this double team got off Kobe Turner. I'm going to go absorb this block because I know I got Quentin Lake and I got Sean Dolak, you know, attacking as well, just so that way this guard isn't getting up to a safety. Yeah, really good. I'm curious to see how they do against Jacksonville, because they a little bit more unique because Trevor Lawrence will run, and I'm curious to see what happens when they finally face a real mobile quarterback that it will have designed runs. That's where they could see some trouble.
Dude, I'm already like, I know already. I feel it in my bones, dude, that I'm gonna be mad as hell on some 3rd and 5s. Like, I just know it, man. I know that we're gonna pull some stuff, and Lawrence is gonna just wiggle out and get to the sideline, pick up of 8, you know, first down, and it's gonna be like, come on, guys, you know. I know it's gonna happen because we saw it with Snoop last week, where it was like, all right, blatantly spy him. I don't care if it's 3rd and 14. Obviously, spy him. What are we doing? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, a little bit difficult because like having 2 quarterbacks in at any time, like it's such almost like a culture shock, especially mid game when you don't know when that changeup's going to happen. And it happened late in the game, a little bit more tired this time. Like they're game planning for it. Like there's no secret. They know Liam Cohen pretty well. Like from, you know, hopefully from his tendencies, not just in Tampa, but his time with LA. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be a challenge for sure. Like I don't want people to be frustrated if like maybe they give up a few more yards than they're used to, because it is a little bit more dynamic of a running game, rushing attack.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the thing too, is like ETN's playing some really good football right now, man. Yeah, like he doesn't have as many. I think he's got less carries than Kyron does. I think it was like, but only by like 5. It's pretty close, but 5.3 yards per carry. I mean, for ETN, that's really solid, man. And I was watching some of their condensed games last night as I was, making dinner and stuff. And it just kind of seems like they chunk you, man. Like they really do. They really will get like a 7-yard, on first down. And then you're already kind of in a tough spot, 2nd and 3. They might get 2 there, but like they're making their third downs easy. And I mean, they've been playing some really good, efficient football. Like they're not blowing anybody up or anything like that. Even their wins are all 1 possession wins outside of week 1, where they kind of beat up on Cincy. But like I mean, they're winning by, 7 points here, 4 points here, I think 5 points here, so they aren't like lighting it up on anybody, but they're just playing some really sound football right now. And the turnovers on defense, man, that's like really making their money right now. And so we'll kind of see if that is the case. I mean, that's kind of, to me, the ultimate matchup is the secondary. I mean, in fairness, Lloyd, who has got 4, is out. He's not even going to London, but that secondary, they lead the NFL in interceptions and turnovers overall, and we're going with Stafford, who only has 2 on here. So I mean, I think that to me is like the ultimate matchup is going to be turnovers.
I caught most of that. I cut out for a second, but you started talking about turnovers.
Yes. Yeah, man. So I think that ultimately, I'll kind of sum this up, is like, I think that ultimately, oh, boo, that's lame. But I think that we'll get this guy out of here. The turnovers are going to be a big deal this week, because I think that the Jags have regularly had short fields. Obviously, they lead the NFL.
Yeah.
So the short field thing is something we can't allow. It doesn't matter who you got, man. If I understand Trevor Lawrence isn't loved by most people, I think he's really good. But if you give him the football at R35, he's going to look good. So turnovers are big.
I actually did want to ask you about their defense with a few minutes that we have here, because I'll defend McVay up and down the field. So going against this defense, not worried about causing turnovers. I'm just more worried about starting slow. Like it seems it's almost like a character trait at this point. And for as good of a play caller as McVay can be, I want to know like what's really going on with the opening drives. Like once or twice when you're facing good defenses, it's understandable. Like you're not always going to get a touchdown on the opening drive, but for the talent level, for the experience with the current players in the system, for as smart as McVay is, like you would think that they would be scoring at least field goals on opening drives, or like just moving the ball down the field early on rather than waiting until like I could almost like clockwork not watch the game until like the 5-minute mark in the second quarter, until if I really want to watch the offense going, or just wait until the second half. I'm like, okay, now the offense has woken up and they're here. Am I wrong in saying that? Like what? I don't know what's going on with the play calling. I think the red zone offense has been fine on his end. Is it execution? Like, is it the script? Because it's always slow.
It feels like so far. I mean, we definitely haven't put a full game together yet. It feels like the Rams are kind of willing to accept that their defense is going to do enough in the first half to be able to kind of just adjust and do whatever you need to in the second half. It's kind of like how it feels like we're running everything right now. My only gripe with the red zone play calling is, I mean, I understand we've got killer wideouts up and down, dude, but I would like to see a little bit more running once we get to the red zone. I mean, we have Kyron Williams, who I think is incredible. And I don't know. I just feel like we're quick to pass it when we get inside the 10 right now. And cool, whatever. But if it's not working, let's run the football, or at least get those a little closer. I don't know, man. There's a lot of options and a lot of moving pieces as well. But yeah, I think that what you mentioned there of the Rams defense, though, of like opening drives and just like letting them scoot on down on you is kind of crazy. Like that's 2 weeks in a row where it's like, all right, dude, like that last one, I mean, that was their first and only points of the game, obviously, but San Fran did it on their first 2 drives on us. Just we're able to kind of move it down, and it was like, all right, dude, let's tighten these up a little bit, man. So I'm hoping to see that to start this game.
I understand what happened against Baltimore. I mean, the players have talked about it too. The Ravens kept coming out in 12 and even 13 personnel. Like they frequently had 3 tight ends on the field, and for whatever reason, like as much as they're going to give credit to Shula, like, oh, it was an in-game adjustment we made. How about mid-drive adjustment? Like, I'm sorry, you can't tell that they're willing out 3 tight ends, and you still have your base, like your nickel defense with the 3 safeties. Hey, I love our safety group, but 3 tight ends with this current offense, like they're going to run the ball, and they didn't make that adjustment until like later in the first quarter, later in the first half. It's like, how about later in the first drive? Like, once you wheel out, an extra lineman, because Puna Ford wasn't in for like the first few plays, and they were just chunking away. Like, so, hey, congrats on making an adjustment later on, but how about we do it, some urgency on both sides of the ball. Like make some adjustments, man.
Well, yeah,
it's hard to these slow starts.
Like I see comments in here and stuff talking about like it seems like McVay's using the first half to set up the second half, and it's like, yeah, but we have what about the game tape? What about what about that?
My ad blockers tell me to buy stuff. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but what about the game tape and being able to prep and have a good game plan coming into the game? What about that? What if we just did that? It's like, are we not looking at any tape and they're just taking the whole first half to be like, what are they doing? Like, and then we go into halftime like, oh, they're doing that. Okay, let's do that. Like, it's like, how about though we just come in with like an idea of like, this is how we can stop them. If they come out like this, we can do this. You know, I don't know, dude. Don't know.
It's always
AFC games. That's like the biggest wild card about all this. Like we always talk about the wild card of it being a division opponent. AFC games are so freaking weird, dude. This is our 6th ever time playing the Jags. Last week was our 10th ever time playing the Ravens. It was our 6th ever time playing Houston. Like, I mean,
I
don't know.
I gotta disagree with that. I
do it.
So normally yes, but when you have Matthew Stafford at quarterback, who has seen every team for the fucking umpteenth time, like, how about rather than being the reactionary and waiting and reacting and being passive, like force the fucking issue, make it harder for them. It's just as hard for them, but it's only really seen on our end. Like every time, it's like just be the aggressor.
That's also not what I'm saying though. Is that these games like are weird because of that. Like the AFC, and also Stafford. I mean, you can say whatever you want about him being in the NFL for a billion years and stuff like that. He's going into his 49th season, but it's still he was still NFC. You know what I mean? Like these are teams that we don't play. You know what I mean? It's hard to go against a Jim Harbaugh like that's or John whatever. I can never figure that out. But whatever Harbaugh's in Baltimore, like
they switched like Freaky Friday.
If there's a Jim and a John, I will not get it right. Fossil did this to me. The Harbaughs did. I can't figure it out. But either way, whatever Harbaugh, the Harbaugh in Baltimore is not Charbaugh. But like we don't play him. We barely like McVay versus Harbaugh is not a thing. So those are going to be weird games. They're going to be hard to come out of those and be like, oh, we're good at this. And it's like, well, who knows? Because everybody is a little mad that we didn't beat the hell out of Baltimore. But it's like, well, I don't know what you expected out of this game. Like, I mean, Houston beating up on them. It's like they play them regularly.
After seeing, I was initially more upset. It took me about a night to sleep on it and feel better about it because like you have 2 bad missed passes in the end zone. It's like, okay, that's another touchdown. And then you have a quick whistle where Jared Verse should be running 99 yards for a touchdown and raising his odds for Defensive Player of the Year. That's another touchdown. So, I mean, you take away a field goal. Oh, no, because they missed the field goal that drive. So, yeah, no, like that's another 14 points. Like that's a 31-3 win. And you're feeling like, damn, our team is number 1 in the fucking league versus right now where we're sitting here questioning stuff. And we're questioning stuff at 4-2, which is a good thing. But it's because we expect a different level because we talk so highly of McVay. We talk so highly of Stafford. It's like, okay, be that force, be the force multiplier. And I didn't realize Stafford is still number 1 in passing yards despite a sub 200-yard day last week, which is cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Also dropped to 4th in the league in sacks, by the way, for the Rams defense. Yeah, kind of crazy. But I don't know, man. It's I'm not, I guess in my brain, based on seeing how we've been over these years with McVay, I'm not upset, scared, worried, whatever phrase you want to use, whatever word you want to use, until we're at least like halfway through November. And then I'm like, okay, well, who are we? You know what I mean? Like we're still like, we're not there yet. It's October. We're, in fairness, our last October game, but it's, I don't know. We don't have to be the best right now. And I keep on kind of hammering that. It's like being the best team in week 7, no hardware for that. They don't care. No one gives a crap, dude. I mean, look at like the just 2, 3, 4 years ago when the Arizona Cardinals would start every year like 9-0. Like, and it's like no one cares. No one's like, yeah, but they started so good though. Like there's zero love for starting strong. No one cares at all. So get good at the end, man. We don't have to be the best right now.
comparatively to last year, even as well. I will agree to that. I'm not saying to be perfect. I'm saying,
thank you.
Hey, be better.
Get one of these.
Start better.
Oh wait,
start better.
wasn't the right,
What?
Wasn't the right sound. I don't know if you could hear that. I don't know. I don't remember which one's the air horn. So,
so all right. on that note, what do you got coming out next, Joe, for the fans?
Ram Showcase being recorded tonight. So we'll get your full game preview in for you and all that good stuff. We're also kind of hammering the Rams and the missing of Puka Nakua and how that could be a bit of a turning point for the Rams season as we head into the bye week next week. But Ram Showcase will be out tonight. Ram Showcase YouTube, Facebook, and audio version available everywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. And I am here on this channel. You guys are on the channel right now watching us. Tune in a little bit later, just before 11 a.m., dropping the All 22 episode. I got to finish actually recording it. I didn't record it yet because I'm bad. But All 22, focusing on Nate Landman. If you don't know what All 22 is, it's just coach's film, and we're breaking down, and I do the John Madden pen cool shit. So, yeah, catch that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Before we go, is there some Warren McClendon love in that?
I didn't do offense, but I can do an offensive one. Yeah, do I do two films this week?
Just do a little quick one, man, because you can only pick out a few plays from McClendon, maybe on some deeper throws, and then definitely like Kyron's touchdown. Definitely watch McClendon on those runs, man. I mean, McClendon made it look like our offense wasn't missing anybody. It was awesome.
Yeah, maybe I do. I just do an offensive video. You know, I miss off. I've been forcing myself to do defense lately, so maybe we do offense.
Nice. Okay, what are we gonna list here as we fade off? Because I gotta go to work.
Favorite things about London in the UK.
I forgot to mention this one last time. One of my favorite Rams moments was when it was Johnny Hecker, Greg Zuerlein, and Jake McQuaid when they went to Stonehenge and they lifted up. I think it was Hecker that was on top, and they held him up like they were the Stones. That was one of my favorite things of all time.
I forgot about
that. I'll say that.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Favorite shit about London. Man, your guys' food is interesting.
That's true. Here's one. This actually has not been announced in any capacity anywhere, but I am actually working on a new podcast. So I actually have, for the first time in my life, listened to the full Beatles discography. So I'll say shout out Beatles.
Okay. Benedict Cumberbatch, phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's from the UK. I'm pretty sure.
Let's go NFL Europe. I missed that.
NFL Germany. Bring that back. NFL Germany.
Man. That big old clock. That thing's pretty dope.